Okay.
So what now?
What now? What now is we shoot. What's up, everybody? We're out here today. We thought we'd do a bike review. I've got what? I think right around 6,000 miles on the bike. I thought I'd do a 6,000 bike review. I've had it for just about a year now. I had to wait a couple months for the registration to go through, but I've had the bike for a little while now, and I've been riding it. Nothing like I would ride in the States. I think in the States I would put about 12,000 miles on a bike. This bike I've got, like I said, I think right around 6,000 kilometers. I'll do a screenshot of the odometer so you can see the exact miles. So we're talking about the Royal Enfield 100-350. And yeah, this is about the fourth bike that I've had. I've been riding since about 2015, so not the longest, but I've been riding for a little while. Not too bad. I really like this bike. I've had a Kawasaki, what is that bike? Not Ninja. The Kawasaki, hold on, flies are just chewing me up here. I had the Kawasaki Vulcan S650, and then I had a 790 Duke. And then I had also a Tanner A700. So those are the bikes that I've had. And like I said, I've been riding since probably 2015. So not my whole life, but quite a bit, quite a way. And you know, I'd average about 12,000 miles a year in the United States. Things that I've added to the bike, things that I've modified or changed. These are Royal Enfield mirrors. They are not the standard mirrors. I really like them. They have good view. You can really see pretty well. The other thing that I added is the luggage, and that's actually something I'm going to get into in a little bit, but I did add the luggage. There's a luggage and luggage rack over there, and then a sissy bar on the backrest. So that's actually been really helpful for a couple things. One, it makes the passenger riding experience a lot better, which she's going to talk about in a minute, and then as well as it gives me a nice tie-down spot. So those are the things that I've changed. Well, I'm going to talk right now about kind of some of the things that I don't like about the bike. The number one thing I don't like about, honestly, is the riding position. It's a little bit cramped. I'm gonna hop up here for a second, babe. Will you hold that for a second? Thank you. It's a little bit cramped of a riding position for me. You know, so I'm 5'10", I'm 220 pounds, whatever, 100 kilos. It's a little bit cramped. I'm a little bit, and it's fine for a little bit of time, but after about an hour, hour and a half, I get a little bit where my knees start to get a little bit achy. You know, it's not a big deal if I'm by myself. The seat is huge. I can get all the way back on the back of the seat. I can move around. There's plenty of room. But if you're riding two up or if you're riding luggage, it can be a little bit of a problem. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. So that's one of the things that I don't necessarily like. Another thing I don't like is the luggage. So for this bike yet, it's kind of it is a new model. They don't have really good luggage options. That's a 10-liter bag on the back there, so it's small. You can't really fit anything in there. For the 350 Meteor, I believe it is, that Royal Enfield comes out. Givi does make a set for that cruiser set. I think it's 21 liter on each side bag. But for this bike, there's nothing. So that's one of the things I don't like about that is the luggage market, either within Royal Enfield or with Givi in the aftermarket even. So a little bit of a challenge there. Yeah, and kind of touched on this a little bit with a riding position, how cramped you are. It's just a little bit hard, and if you're riding two up, so for she and I, it's fine on like the small day trips, but if we're doing anything more than an hour and a half or 2 hours, it really is kind of a challenge. So those are the things I don't really like about the bike. Things that I like about the bike, I mean, it's a sexy beast. It's a sexy bike, right?
Yes,
it's
and comfy.
Yeah, we're super comfy. Yeah, so
Yes.
What's been your experience of riding on the bike? How do you like riding on it?
So far, I ride a lot of motorbikes,
Yeah.
and then this one is so comfy.
Yeah.
Even if we go through the rough roads,
Right.
so
Right.
comfy back there.
So it's really comfortable on the rough roads.
Yes.
Yeah, on back there. Okay, cool. Yep. So yeah, really, it's a really beautiful bike. It does get a lot of attention out in the provinces. Yeah, people like really look. The guys really seem to appreciate it. Everyone really kind of likes the bike. Frequently get comments on the bike, and the reason here is because most of the time folks are on scooters. So it is really unique to have this type of bike here in the Philippines. United States, a little bit different dynamic there, but here in the Philippines, this is kind of a rare type of motorcycle. Another thing I really like about the bike is the torque. It's a really torquey bike, 350cc bike. It does have a lot of torque, a lot of bottom end. You can get away from the lights pretty quickly, and you can accelerate, get around traffic. So I do like the torque on that. Plenty of passing power, so if you're you're coming up on stuff, you can really kind of drop a gear and let it go. So plenty of passive power, plenty of torque. So it's good on that. And then on the handling, super agile bike, really good in traffic. It is a little bit on the heavy side. I'll put the weight up on the screen. Off the top of my head, I don't know. But since it's air cooled, it's built a little bit to withstand a lot of that heat. And so it's built to like, freaking diesel truck, whatever. It's built to withstand heat. So it's a little bit on the heavy side. It doesn't feel super heavy when you're riding it. That weight kind of drops away, I feel. Especially coming from bigger bikes from the States, the weight doesn't seem to bother me, but it is a little bit of a heavier bike for what it is, I feel. I feel like it should be a lot lighter, but like I said, a lot of it's because it is an air-cooled engine. Yeah, so things I'd want to add to it still, things I'd want to change or modify, if they had a power commander, from the factory, most of the bikes run really lean to pass emissions, right? So some kind of power commander, I feel, to add some extra fuel. That would be a really good accessory that I'd like to add if they come out with them eventually. And the other thing too would be a luggage. If I can get even the Meteor 350 luggage set that they have a rear rack that goes on the back. That would give me a nice tie point for the back. That would be great, and then put some bags on there. I mean, that would change really the dynamic of this bike quite a bit, where you could ride two up and carry some gear, but then, kind of give me some room to move around even if I'm by myself. So overall though, I really do like this bike. Like I said, I've had it for about a year now. I really love it. It's a great fun machine. It does turn a lot of heads in the Philippines. It's got a great sound to it. Let's see if we can turn it up and get you where you can hear it. Just I do like the center stand too, but yeah, it's just got a great sound to it too. It sounds great when it's riding. It turns a lot of heads, so it's been fun. So yeah, anything last comments for you, babe? What do you think about the bike?
So far, so good.
So far, so good? You like riding on it? I remember when you got
Yes.
on it before, you were like, it feels really comfy.
Yes,
Yeah.
they sit here, so
Yeah.
comfy. It's like a couch on your condo.
Yeah.
So comfy here and here.
Right.
So-
Super
so
comfortable.
No problem.
Cool.
Yeah. And I can sit right here.
Yeah.
So tiny.
Yeah. No, there's plenty of room for you. So. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it all for this video. We'll cut it off. Pretty soon I got a new bike video coming out. I'll give you guys some updates on the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450 that I purchased, but we're still kind of waiting on. So back in a little bit. Yep. How'd it go, babe? Do you feel good?
Yes, it's just that fly.
Flies are bothering you?